I'm on the call with All Ego Ethan Page. We are running about 22 minutes late because my computer sucks, but hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, that's what happens when you use a PC.
Yeah, I use a PC to record. I use a Mac for everything else, which probably makes no sense, but here we are.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That's all right. So what's going on, man?
Currently throwing my wrestling gear into wash, which is probably why you hear weird things in the background. And I was actually, while we were having technical difficulties, driving to pick up my seamstress, was finishing up my patch vests, and I'm very excited because they're finally complete. And it's taken me almost 6 months to do that, but it's done and ready, and I'm pumped.
Okay, was that vests with an S?
Yeah, I have multiple.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought you were
Yeah,
a
I
one,
have,
one vest kind of guy.
no, I have the black one, which people see more often, and then while the black one was getting done, I bought a acid wash one um, with like a bunch of rips in it, like because I'm cool and young and hip. But I got a ton of patches shipped to Ricky Shane Page's house. So I finally got them from America, and now they're on my vests. So yeah, you'll start seeing that.
Nice. You did just say three magic words there that I need to address right up top here. Ricky Shane Page.
Yeah, sure. What about him? He's tall, fat, lovable.
He also called you out a little bit for the EWR thing and insisted that he is in fact the one who started it and provided timestamp evidence.
Look, all right, this is the thing. This is the issue that I have with that. He might have, in a calendar time, did it first. And when I say did it first, I mean brought up the subject. But I am the reason for the resurgence.
I don't know, man. He definitely has you beat on getting it out there.
No. Look at his following and look at mine.
Well, let's see. You've got 15,714 bots. He's got
F off.
he's got 5,564. I've got more than him. Huh. Okay. Fair enough. You still hitting that Extreme Warfare Revenge though?
Yeah, I am. You want to know what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people asked for updates, so
Actually?
yeah.
All right, so that's why all day today I sent Ricky Shane Page screenshots.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way back to the beginning of my week. And I'm pretty sure... Okay, here we go. So since we last spoke, my goal was to become global. Do you remember this?
I do. I think it was become global, become #1, and then quit and form your own promotion.
Yes. So stage 1 of 3 is complete. Sophie emailed me saying, we have risen to global level. That was a good email to get. Then I instantly checked my scouting and realized Kofi Kingston, his contract is coming to an end. So I signed Kofi Kingston. Then Hulk Hogan was sidelined with an injury, then decided to retire in a month. So I will not be having any more matches with Hulk Hogan. He is done. He is out of the game. He's retiring from Ring of Honor, and his final match of all time was at Field of Honor against The Rock.
Worse ways to go out.
I mean, that's a great way to go out. I mean, not at an outdoor show, but whatever. I'm sure it drew huge. It's The Rock versus Hogan, and I'm the greatest promoter of all time. Then I got an email which made me very happy because now I'm in global, right? It says 205 Live are trying to compete with us, but are being destroyed in the ratings.
Okay.
I'm coming for you, Vince. Then I sent another screenshot because Ricky replied saying, because I sent him a list of all the people that I'm waiting to come over that I've signed for WWE, and he goes, "Nah, man, you must be hemorrhaging money." So I sent him a thing with all zeros, pretty much showing that I've made profit for the last 5 months, and I also sent him a screenshot of himself contracted for 25 months at $14,000 per month, which is nothing in the game, and he's at 100 over.
Wow.
So he is a top boy at my company. Chris Masters, he sent me an email saying, "I've had enough with this promotion. I refuse to wrestle for you again." If you call that wrestling. And then we have, who did I make a deal with? The Miz signed. I had to offer him creative control, but the deal was accepted. He will join you when his current contract expires. And then I tried to get the big dog, Roman Reigns. I offered him the max amount of $300,000 and creative control. And he said, "I don't think this offer represents a good career move." So I'm not at the stage of stealing their biggest draws yet. But I'm at about 35% global. They're at 100. I think none of our shows overlap other than when does NXT air? Wednesday?
Yeah.
But it's not in a prime time slot, right?
I mean, no. At the start of the game, I don't know. Once time goes in, that can change.
Because I don't. It says that. Oh no, they're trying to compete too. I'm just checking my email now. Yeah, okay. So we're only going head to head with NXT and 205 Live, and I'm pretty sure I did that strategically, because when you win ratings battles with a company that's strong, like better than you, it bumps up your percentage a lot faster. And then I got another one. Sami Zayn is joining my roster. Deal was accepted. I had to pay him a little bit too much than I was expecting. But let's get a little update here. So right now we're waiting for Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, Sheamus, Xavier Woods, Rusev, Adam Cole, Big E, Elias, Baron Corbin, and Braun Strowman. And Baron Corbin was 100% only to cut deep to the WWE roster, because he was, I think, 86 overness. So all I'm doing is gunning for their top talent, because right now, so like I'm playing this like chess, not checkers. Right now in the game, there is no one available that's over anything past 60%.
Right.
So the only way that WWE would be able to sign anybody that's over 60% overness is if I release them.
Huh.
Yeah. So I don't know what, because I'm a little out of budget. I'm assuming I'm out of budget because, as suggested by Sophie, my budget is $100,000 per wrestler. I think that might have went up because I went to global, or maybe that is it. I'm not sure. But these big WWE guys that I've convinced to come over, they are well over $100,000. I think they're 150 or more. Some of them 250. So it's a unique scenario. But with Hogan retiring, that's $300,000 a month that clears up, which covers 2 WWE guys. I cleared out a lot of the lower roster guys. I'm going deep, man. I'm like, this is all I want to do with the game is exactly what you said. I want to make it to global, check that box. I have 3 TV shows running, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm winning 2 ratings battles with WWE. My percentage is going up. I'm gunning for Vince. I'm going to take him out. He still has John Cena. He still has Seth Rollins. He still has Roman Reigns. Other than those 3, I've kind of cleaned him out. I took Brock Lesnar. I took Cesaro, who are top stars for me right now. Killing it.
All right. Well, that's
That's
the
a
new.
pretty, it's a pretty thorough update. So I'm
that is a
hoping,
that is a very thorough update.
that fans enjoy that.
I mean, we got multiple people saying to make it a regular segment.
Sure. Can I
Which,
be honest with you?
yeah.
I'm already sick of the game, and I specifically played just so we could talk about it. So I will continue to play until I either reach the goal, fail, or can open my own promotion. I think I'm pretty sure the rule is if you can last a year as a global promotion, you're allowed to open your own promotion.
I think you can do it whenever you want.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, if you click on your name at the top of the screen, there's a button for it.
Yeah, but you're only allowed to do it on the first of the month.
I didn't know that. It's been a while since I've actually done that, so. Alright. Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's where we're at.
There we go. It is, as we're recording, August 1st. Now, that's a big day because it is Infinity War Digital Release Day. Did you get your purchase in?
No, I'm a physical person. I'm a physical media guy.
I am too, but I just wanted to watch a legitimate copy of it, so I'll just buy it twice.
Oh,
It's a
well,
rare thing that I would do that, but I just want it.
all the power to you.
Yeah. Speaking of comic book stuff, I sent you this cool thing that Tim Marchman, who works...
Yeah, real cool.
Yeah, he at least last I knew, he was an editor over at Deadspin.com. He tweeted, "I've been holding this in all day, but I saw an advanced copy of the new grim, edgy Batman comic from DC's new Black Label line today, and there's a panel in which you see Batman's dick." So just so the comic fans out there know, Batman's dick coming soon.
Boom. Batman's dick coming soon.
But
Got that detective dick.
yeah, I should have gone with speaking of big things. You had a pretty big weekend. Now, I don't know. Do we want to avoid going into Alpha 1 because of the thing you pitched me?
No, we can go into it because I think if I talk about it a little bit, it might actually help us with my idea, which we should for sure talk about right now.
Okay, well, pitch your idea to me once again this time.
All right.
Right now.
So you're an MMA guy, so have you ever listened to Fight Companion?
I have not, but I'm aware of what it is.
So essentially, a bunch of people sit around and they watch the fights either live or on replay and discuss what's going on. But they also talk about other stuff. It's not just like just the show. But with how successful the Purge 3 Alpha 1's show this past Sunday was, and it's already been released on Powerbomb.tv. Next week, I know it's a little long form and goes against our, traditional 1 hour max limit. But the show is just over 2 hours. If we watch it together and comment on things as they go, I am willing to give inside scoops and information on my match as it's happening and the show, what was happening in the day. We had a bunch of cancellations. We had a bunch of people offer their services as wrestlers to fill in. We added a match. There ended up only being 6 matches. There's a whole, I don't know, there's a lot of nuance to this show. And fans are legitimately saying it's one of the best shows they've ever been to. People that were there live, and fans and staff are saying it's the best Alpha 1 show.
And I will throw this out there. I have not watched it yet.
Perfect.
So I will avoid watching it until next week, and I'll go in fresh.
Perfect. And you know what, too? If listeners want to watch it beforehand, that's completely fine, because if you've already watched it, you don't have to watch the show with us as the podcast is playing. You could just play the podcast and you've already seen everything, so you know what we're talking about as it's going through. Or if you want to wait, by all means, wait and watch it with us, and it'll be a thing. We'll try our best.
And that released on Powerbomb today, right?
Today, well, yesterday technically, but when this airs, this is tomorrow. So, but
Right.
today, August 1st, yes.
Okay, good stuff. So let's run through your past weekend.
Yes. So Friday, I wrestled Scott Steiner in a tag match in Cleveland, Ohio for AIW. That was an experience.
Which is definitely where I wanted to get to. So
It was the best squash match I've ever been involved with. I got zero offense, and I didn't care. I corpsed many times, laughing out loud. Scott Steiner said he was going to fuck my girlfriend. He did Steiner Math on us.
does your wife know about your girlfriend?
Yeah, I sent her the clip. Because in the clip, I put it on my Twitter. Check it out. I sent her the clip because he says 50% chance of this, 30% chance of that, but after tonight, 100% chance I'm fucking both of your girlfriends. And then I find the floor camera and I go, Viv, that's my wife's name. I go, Viv, no chance, not Viv. Because I knew the cameraman, Mike Robles, worked for Smart Mark Video for years. He knows my wife. So I was trying to make him pop, which it worked, but in turn made me corpse. So I had to turn away from the camera. But it was a fun thing. It was a fun experience. Steiner was like a super cool dude and very easy to work with. So zero complaints, and it was a lot of fun.
Good deal. Yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't really follow a whole lot that went on at that show because I'd like to check it out at some point. But yeah, I was curious how much really happened in that match, and if it was actually a match, but pretty much just a quick squash then.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I would say maybe 4-minute match, 5-minute match with a little segment before and a little segment after. It was more so like a WrestleMania, like I don't know, like
guest appearance
like
kind of thing.
Yeah. Like we beat up Matthew Justice through our match out DQ. Steiner made the save, turned it into a tag match. 5 minutes later, they won.
Nice and good guy.
Oh, fantastic! Was very easy to work with.
It's also nice to see him embracing the Steiner Math thing.
Well, like I guess promoter John Thorne kind of wised him up, like, hey, this isn't like a kid friendly crowd. So he was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do it.
All right, so Friday you wrestle Scott Steiner. That's a pretty good start to the weekend.
Then Saturday we did a Q&A panel at Con Bravo in Hamilton, Ontario. Oh, by the way, while I'm wrestling Scott Steiner in Cleveland, 5 to 6 hours away from my house, I was running a wrestling show in Hamilton called Con Bravo Beatdown on Friday night as Alpha One was hosting that event. And they're the ones that also did the panel on the Saturday, which started off very scary. There was about 2 people there. And then people started trickling in, and it was like a snowball effect. And people asked great questions. It was an awesome panel, and we're releasing it on Powerbomb TV, which is going to be fun. I think that's people will probably be interested in stuff like that, little inside scoops. And the panel was a great group of guys. So
yeah, is the show there getting released also?
yeah. So what we did, the reason the Purge got released first was out of the 3 events, it's probably the most sought after. So we don't want to make people wait for what they want to see the most, especially because I'm the one physically editing everything myself and then having to send the files. So I got the Purge done as soon as possible, which was Monday night, and then we had a bunch of transfer issues. But it's Wednesday, it's available, so check it out. Honestly, it was my Paul Heyman moment in the meeting on Sunday, letting people know. And dude, if you could hear the shit that people were pitching to me, because we lost 5 wrestlers. We lost Ace Austin, we lost Zachary Wentz, Alex Daniels, who's one of our champions, Myron Reed, and Trey Miguel. So I mean, 5 decent guys, and there was a ton of local wrestlers. There was a photographer there, and he posted a picture, and in the comment, it was like, "I think there's more wrestlers in the crowd than there are on the show."
Okay.
And to that, I take that as a compliment because I refuse to freak out and find methods to pay it back to the fans. Like I lost 5 guys, right? So, you use promoter math. You say, oh, okay, well, I just need to book 5 other guys, right?
Wrong.
Yeah, it is wrong because you're not replacing with the same substance and quality. You'd just be replacing for the quantity, and I didn't want that. So I had my Paul Heyman moment, first ACW pay-per-view. This is the dance, and I'm telling everyone, like, look, the only reason I didn't book 5 guys is because we don't need them. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way to the people that couldn't come. There was a car accident and a wrist injury. So, like, this is not, like, shit that's out of our control and theirs. And all of them will be back. There's no heat whatsoever. But I did not want to just book random people and give that to our crowd because they don't deserve that. They don't deserve to be introduced to 5 new wrestlers that they've never seen before on a show that has no disqualification and a bunch of people just going out there doing crazy shit because they're marks for themselves and they're trying to get over. I wanted my fans to see people that they knew and they like and they respect. I introduced 2 newer wrestlers, but they've already wrestled on our shows before. So we added 1 match. So the card went from 7 to 6. We gave everybody more time. And I said, if this show goes under time, you're all fired. People came here to see a big show. This is one of our biggest shows. I do not, and I stress this because I know they all go under time all the time because they're afraid of me yelling at them, which is good. And I said, tonight is the only night that if you want to take 2 minutes more, you're more than welcome to, because I want people to leave this show saying this is the best show we've ever had. If you have an idea that you've wanted to try, tonight is the night to do it. If you've had a stunt you wanted to try, tonight is the night to do it. If you've wanted to ever impress me so that I book you in a better way, tonight is the night to do it, because everybody had time and everyone had the opportunity to steal the show, and every match did exactly that.
All right, man. I like this. You're fired up still.
I am, because, dude, and no joke, and this is why I was tweeting it with the Alpha One account. Even the staff was saying that was the best show we've ever had. And we've had shows with some of the biggest names in wrestling. Cody Rhodes doubled our draw every single time he came. And this is not a knock on Joey Ryan or Austin Theory, but there was essentially no huge stars. Joey's already been there before. Austin Theory hasn't hit that level yet. This was our roster that sold it. And the gimmick of the no disqualification show to 24-hour purge, this is like one of our marquee events. That's what sold tickets, not any specific wrestler. So it was like a sense of pride for me to hear that this was people's favorite show. And don't think that this is like a ultra violent, like this is not Tournament of Death. That's not what we do. We're very, the main event was 3 stages of hell, and the last stage was an elimination tag team table match. So we are very WWF Attitude Era style hardcore wrestling.
Right, and it sounds like the like Extreme Rules wasn't like it this year, but the WWE Extreme Rules with or even ECW, maybe not barbed wire, thumbtacks, flaming tables, but nobody's getting DQ'd basically.
Exactly. And I'm monitoring everything that people are using in matches. So, like, I'll say match 1, you are only allowed to use a crutch and 1 chair. Match 2, you're allowed to use this specific ladder and 1 chair. Match 3, you're allowed. And I was like, if you're going to do dives, what dives are you doing? If you're going to put the chair inside the turnbuckle, make sure you let us know. Like, stuff like that. So nothing gets repetitive, because essentially every match is hardcore.
Right. So,
to keep it
10,
from
10 pile drivers on a chair over the course of a show start to mean nothing.
they don't hold, yeah, exactly. And the show escalated too. So like, because there was a tables match, there's no tables until that match.
Right, which is common sense.
Yeah. There was a false count anywhere in the 3 stages of hell. No one left the outskirts of the ring. Like, no one went into the crowd or out of the building. We saved that for the main event, which was one of the wildest matches I've ever been a part of, and one of the wildest matches that the fans have ever seen.
All right. Well, now I'm very excited to watch it. I like the idea of doing this this watch and comment deal that we talked about.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, that should be interesting. Hopefully people dig it. And honestly, if they do, I mean, I'll do that with every show when it comes out on Powerbomb. I don't care.
Yeah, why not?
Because I like that it's interesting. But, I mean, to be clear, when you say, like, you said some of the biggest stars in wrestling, and then you mentioned Cody Rhodes, but, I mean, you've had Kevin Steen Kevin Owens, Ruby Riott. We'll use the official names now. But, I mean, you've had legit top names come through, so it's not...
Well, yeah, even just look at our last show that was in the same town. We had Gangrel, DJZ, Jody Fleisch, and our regular roster. I would say that show was Besties in the World from St. Louis. I would say that show was more stacked than the one that we just had. It also had more matches, too, but this one just had, like, a feel.
Yeah.
There was something in the air, man. It was like, you know, that intangible thing. It was exactly that. And watching it back, it still holds up, so... I'm real pumped. I keep refreshing the statistics on Powerbomb because I want to know like how many people are watching, how many hours are being watched, and it's exciting stuff. It really is, because this is exactly why I wanted Powerbomb, was so that we could get a quick turnaround and a lot of people watching.
Yeah, I mean, I see right now it's being gifted by Hokey.
There you go.
So, I mean, it's making its way around. And who did you tag with in the main event there?
Josh Alexander, because I know you're going to segue to something else.
Yeah, you and Josh Alexander, are you tagging anywhere else that might be a big deal sometime in the near future?
I think Progress Wrestling in the great state of Michigan.
Hey, that's where I live. Yeah, so Progress, Monster Mafia against... Who's it against?
I believe Pete Dunne and Trent Seven.
Huh. That's a pretty big match there, buddy.
Yeah. And in easily my favorite Evolve venue other than Laboom.
Okay, so we talked about...
And the last time I was there, I won tag titles, so...
Yeah, it's a weird venue. I wish it was set up a little different, but it's still a pretty nice venue, so...
Great. No, it's just the atmosphere. The actual physical walls and how the way it's set up sucks, but, like, the atmosphere and the fans are the best.
Yeah, it's a good crowd, and yeah, I just wish that there was more than one side that had any sort of depth to it, but that is what it is. But that's pretty exciting. We talked about how your match where you tagged with Ricky Shane Page came together for Progress the last time you wrestled for them. What exactly happened with this whole deal?
I think they were trying to make every card as different as possible. And because you could see there's like a lot of different tag teams only doing specific events, and this is the only Progress shows we're doing. So I think they're just trying to spice it up and get a bunch of American, quote unquote, American talent, American indie guys there. And Josh obviously worked for them in England, and he impressed. So,
yeah, and I think it can't hurt that the Detroit crowd is very familiar with you at this point. I would think so. Yeah, good, really good, big stuff, and I'm excited because tag wrestling is my favorite wrestling. So that's
dude, same.
Yeah, nothing beats a good tag match.
I agree.
Yes.
We've talked about this before, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because I can't not talk about how much I love tag wrestling. So, yeah, I'm real excited for that one. Like, I should probably see if there's any way to work my way into the building. I didn't really think about going, and now I'm thinking about making that trip.
Well, hopefully you do.
Yeah, but, I do have to get to Black Label Pro to see D'Lo Brown, so got that coming up too.
Yes. Rub it in, dickhead.
Every week from here on out. So, yeah, well, we hit on the big news of what's coming, but am I missing any news from the world of Ethan Page?
Well, tomorrow I leave for Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm doing a tournament for Bandit Wrestling. As well as Sunday, I have an event in my hometown called Courage Pro. And other than that, not really. Just kind of doing the week-to-week wrestling career stuff.
Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. You tweeted out your Hasbro haul.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Hasbro, for the free stuff.
So,
my goodness.
So let's rewind this, because I barely remember the story, and we talked about it, and I edited that episode. But you basically just tweeted about Hasbro, and they were like, yo, let us hook you up?
Pretty much, that's the gist of it, yeah.
And, okay, so what did you get?
Well, I got the Infinity Gauntlet, which is... Oh, man, you want to hear the sound effect? I'm going to put it right near the... How sick does that sound? It's lighting up right now. Anyways, so I got that. I got a 12-inch Wolverine Marvel Legends, which is that was on my list of things I really, really needed in my life, because toys are important. And I got a 2-pack Marvel Legends of Tony Stark and the original Iron Man suit from the 10th anniversary line of toys, which is also very valuable. And then I got one of the vehicles with Ghost Rider and his motorcycle, dude, if you knew how much this stuff cost in Canada, that motorcycle was $80. The gauntlet, probably $300-400. This is all resale though, because that thing sold out so quick. It blows my mind that they sent me this. When they were like, let us know what you like, all I said was, oh, I love the Marvel Legends line. Anything bigger than 6 inches. I thought that was a funny thing to say, and they delivered. They sent me essentially one of everything. They sent me one of their props, one of the vehicles, one of the 6-inch, one of the 12-inch.
That's pretty nuts.
And I sent them an email, and I was like, let me know. So I screwed up. When I tweeted about the glove, it got real good numbers. I sent it to them, and they said, oh, you have to say that we gave it to you for free. And I was like, huh? They're like, yeah, for legal reasons, because we're giving it to you to review pretty much and to put online. We're not allowed to pretty much. I'm pretty sure the law is they can't give it to me for free and then me to act like I bought it and promote it at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole thing with... I get stuff for free all the time, but it's nothing that cool. I'll get... People send me books, or... I just got an MMA-themed board game that somebody made sent. But if I were to review that stuff, I mean, both ethically, like, but you're not, a journalist or anything, but I would need to say, hey, I received this for free or whatever. I'm surprised that that's a thing with if you're tweeting about it.
Yeah, they literally had to send me so my wife was laughing at me last night because I was telling her I thought, can you please disclose such and such meant don't say it.
Oh.
Yeah, but I also thought befriending somebody was not being their friend. So I'm kind of stupid, and now I know. But yeah.
Well, you speak Canadian, so
they told me to disclose that it was free, and I was like, no problem, secret safe with me. So I put the tweet out, and then I sent it to them because they were like, let us know how it goes and send us the first one so we can let you know if it's up to snuff or whatever. And they were like, great numbers, great tweet, but you didn't say it was free. And I was like, oh, I'm supposed to? And they're like, yeah, disclose to your fans that it was free. Here's some examples of what to say. And it was hashtag free product. Thank you, Hasbro's, for the free stuff. And I was like, yeah, no problem. I've been wanting to brag about this the whole time.
I mean, you did kind of bring it up on the podcast that it sounded like they were sending you stuff, but once it came, that's a different story. I'm about to tweet at them and be like, hey, why you gotta hook him up and not me? But
and honestly, I think I give Colt Cabana the credit because I tweeted it out. It did okay. It was 150 likes. And then Cabana responded to it saying, I never want to hear you complain about money again, because it was pretty much $10,000 worth of toys in this tiny basement. And then him responding to it bumped it up the timeline again, and then it jumped. It was 400 likes and a ton of retweets, and then that's when I got the email. So I think I owe Colt Cabana, if he cared about toys, which he doesn't, because I texted him about his toy coming out, and he was like, eh. Yeah, so thanks, Colt Cabana.
Yeah, I mean, I earlier that day had placed my pre-orders for some of the Marvel Studios 10th anniversary Funko Chrome Gold figures, and I was like, all right, that's cool. And then you tweeted that out a couple minutes later, and I was like, oh, my shit's not so cool anymore.
Dude, it's all cool. And if this no, trust me, if this ends, and I'm being dead serious, if this isn't a thing for any longer, it was amazing. Just the fact that my wife went out of her way and tried her best to get me the gauntlet for Father's Day. She said she went to, and you have to realize, in Canada, for us to get any of this stuff, it takes forever. America gets everything before us, and by a landslide of time. So she was looking for the gauntlet. She's seen, I took a picture of one at a wrestling show. One of the fans brought it in Cleveland, and she was like, oh my God, you like that? I'm like, oh, I love it. It's so cool. She's like, oh yeah. So obviously put that in the bank. And then she went looking for it. She couldn't find it. And she was so apologetic. And I'm like, you know how much that thing is? Relax. It's totally fine. And she's like, no, maybe for your birthday coming up. And I was like, yeah, no pressure. I'm the most not anti-gift, but it's whatever. I'm an old, if I need it, I'll buy it. And it's not really a thing for me. So when she opened the package, I was at AIW, and she was like, I need to FaceTime you. And I'm like, for what? What's going on? She's like, I need you to see this. I'm like, okay. I thought maybe the dog shit on the floor or something. So she pulls it up, and she's opening the box, and she's like, it was meant to be. I wasn't supposed to find it. And I'm like, what? I can't believe they sent that.
No, it was meant to be. She was supposed to find it. You were supposed to get that sent to you, and I was supposed to buy it off of you.
Well, give me about a week with it, and you can buy it off me, no problem.
I don't want to know what you're doing with the gauntlet, though.
Choke slamming my kid, pretty much. That's about it. Oh, I'm opening this Wolverine. Oh my god. It is magnificent.
Okay, so on Amazon, let's see, the gauntlet, the cheapest price for it is $110 plus 20 shipping.
Okay, that's American, right?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Otherwise, it's between 143 and about 130.
Plus what shipping?
Some of them are no shipping. Most of them are Prime 2-day.
Oh, okay. Oh, it must have just hit Prime then.
Well, it's not through Amazon. It's the whole fulfillment by Amazon. So like Southern Charmed retail fulfillment by Amazon, that kind of stuff. But yeah, you made out pretty good there.
Yeah, I'm not like probably $400 or $500 worth of stuff. Thanks, Hasbro. I love you. You're my favorite toy company. I will say that with no doubt in my mind.
I gotta believe that. Okay, so we plan to record short this week because you have an early flight to catch and a lot of getting ready to do. We had talked about 40 minutes. If we started at 7 o'clock, we are after 8 o'clock now. So do you want to wrap this up?
Oh, dude, I'm good whenever you are. This was a great podcast. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited for next week. We're going to do the essentially fight companion of The Purge. If you want to watch it in advance, by all means, you can watch it for free, technically, as long as you are a first-time trier of Powerbomb.tv and you use promo code ALPH and the number 1, Alpha 1.
ALPHA, you left out the A. ALPHA, the number 1.
I think that befriend means to hate somebody. So, yeah. So use that promo code. You get 20 days free trial. Test it out, which you can watch all the Alpha 1 stuff you want while the free trial is open. So, yeah, honestly, totally worth it. I wouldn't just say that. If a show sucked and it was mine, I would shit on myself and admit it. But
also, hey,
it was great.
Here's a good chance to, if you haven't watched Alpha 1 before, go back and watch like the couple shows before the show that we're going to be doing next week, and then you can watch that show with us talking through it, or without, and then with us talking through it afterward. But catch up a little bit, and then it'll mean even more.
What a grand idea.
We just have to come up with a catchy name for it before next week, so...
Yeah.
So we've got that. Where can I buy a t-shirt?
ProWrestlingTees.com/Ethan Page. I tried to upload this EWR design that fans sent me, but what had happened was they were not okay with the file type, so it is not happening. So I'm going to try and edit them myself and get that up so we can have an EWR t-shirt for sale as soon as possible.
Which one did you go with?
Both. I did a front and back, which is pretty much admitting to myself that I will make no money on these t-shirts. But honestly, that's not what it's about to me. I think it's the fanfare of something that I've loved forever, and fans will think the t-shirt's funny and actually purchase it. So
yeah, I'll actually give you money for a shirt for once. Well, no, that's not true. I bought a shirt for Christy.
At a discount.
Yeah,
does that count?
You gave me the $10 off, which was quite the deal. You also then later on another trip convinced her of the fanny pack she should buy, and she still has that from our trip to Disney, which was based around your advice. So good.
And did you guys have a good time?
Oh, absolutely.
There you go. I'm the best.
Mostly because of the fanny pack. Without the fanny pack, terrible trip.
I agree.
I
know what I'm talking about.
Where can people follow you on Twitter?
@officialego on Instagram, @official_ego. And you know what? I should be promoting this. If you want to book me, email me at ethanpage@live.ca, or I open my DMs on Twitter, which I've regretted immensely, but it really gives me something funny to show my wife every night before bed. So relax on the DMs, people. I see them.
Hang on.
And no, I don't want to do your podcast.
Do they want to do ours?
No.
All right, hang on. I'm on Twitter. Hey, at official ego just said on the podcast.
Yeah, I know. Don't
DMs
no,
are open.
no, don't do it.
I
No.
wouldn't do it. I won't do it until later. I am I am at Brent Brookhouse on Twitter. You can follow my writing at cagesideseats.com, where I write a daily column. Goes up usually around 11 a.m. Eastern. They are the people who make this podcast possible. You know what? I should start plugging them at Cageside Seats on Twitter also. Still waiting maybe another week to announce the other news, but that's coming too. So stay tuned. And yeah, man, that should do it. Safe travels this weekend, and I look forward to doing this this purge thing next week.
Heck yeah.
All right, see ya.
See you, buddy.